The reason an empath attracts a narcissist is because it's an opposites attract situation. So I'm a fellow empath that has been attracting in narcissistic men, and I ended up learning why I was attracting them in and what to do to stop attracting them in. So that's what I'm going to share in this video. So as you can see, we've got narcissists at one end, and then the opposite end we have the empath. So the narcissist is all about the self. They have me type of mindset. They're selfish people and they're takers. Whilst the empath is all about everyone else, other. They have a you type mindset. They're selfless and they're givers. So this is why the empath and the narcissist attract each other. It's opposites attract. Now the interesting thing about this is both the narcissist and empath stem from the same core wound. So let's say this here, that's the core wound, right? And then that wound creates, either a narcissist or the empath. And that wound is the abandonment wound. The abandonment wound. So abandonment can come in so many different forms, and abandonment wounds are actually really common. I think a lot of people have them and they don't realize that they have an abandonment wound. So abandonment can either be a physical abandonment where one or both parents were physically not around, or it can be an emotional abandonment. So emotionally you were neglected by one or both parents. For example, you could have been a little kid crying and then you're being told to stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. That's emotional abandonment because your emotions are being dismissed. And I think there are quite a lot of emotional abandonment wounds out there in society that people have these and they don't actually realize it. And so the abandonment wound ends up creating either the narcissist or the empath. So in my case, I had the physical abandonment wound and the emotional abandonment wound, and that led me to become the empath. Now, I have a video that talks about what the abandonment wound is and how to heal it that I'm going to link at the end of this video if you want to learn more about it. It's really beneficial stuff to know if you're the empath and you want to stop attracting the narcissists in. So the narcissists, they're selfish people, they're all me, and they're all about getting their needs met, right? That's all they care about. That's why they're so selfish. It's about me and my needs. And you might have experienced that if you've been in a relationship with one, because I know I have. And then the empath tend to be people pleasers, right? So what happens is the empath people please because it's like, if everyone around me is happy, I'm safe. It also can stem from parent pleasing. So you might have had to act a certain way or be a certain way to get approval from a parent. And so you grow up and you start people pleasing as a safety mechanism because if everyone around me is good, I'm safe. And empaths tend to people please also. This was definitely me as well, because it's like we do nice things for other people in the hopes that they give us the love, validation, and approval that we didn't get as children from our parents. So that's why it starts as parent pleasing. We're trying to get love, validation, and approval from our parents, and then we grow up and we start people pleasing so that we do nice things for others in the hopes that we get the love, validation, and approval. Now, people pleasing is actually a form of manipulation. And you might think, how? It seems kind of strange, right? Well, think about it like this. The people pleaser is doing something with wanting something in return. So they're being nice for something in return, which is inauthentic. And it is a form of manipulation because you're wanting something back. So I was doing this without realizing it. I didn't have the awareness, and awareness is key. Awareness is 90% of transformation. So simply by becoming aware of these things, we can We're basically almost there with having a transformation. I had to learn to shed people-pleasing from my identity once I understood that I was doing this, why I was doing it, and I learned how to stop doing it. I have videos on people-pleasing and how to stop doing it, so I'm going to link that one at the end of this video if you want to learn more. It's very beneficial for the empath to shed this from your identity. Because one, like I said, it's a form of manipulation and people sense that manipulation off you. And now that I've become aware of the people-pleasing mentality, I can now sense it in other people and I sense that manipulation. Where it's like they're trying too much, like to offer it, like I'd have people offering to do things for me all the time. Like, oh, I'll grab you this or I grab you that, and trying to do something nice all the time. And I had to keep going, no, I'm good, like keep rejecting it. Because I could sense that person was wanting to do something nice for me because they wanted something in return. Like people can sense that manipulation. So now that I'm aware, I sense it in other people, but I was doing it too. So that's why I worked on shedding this from my mentality. So as the empath, like a people pleaser really is just like the narcissist wanting their needs met. We people please to get our needs met. So it's kind of like the same thing. You know what I mean? It's both a form of manipulation. And the narcissist tends to control the environment, whilst the empath tunes to environment. Because we're in our third eye chakra and we're tuning into everyone around us because we're people pleasing and making sure everyone's good. And if everyone's good, I'm safe. You see what I mean? So the thing that the empath needs to learn, well, both the empath and narcissist can learn something from each other because both of them, you know, stem from this abandonment wound. And the idea is that we both want the narcissist and the empath to become more balanced in the middle. So what that means is the narcissist needs to learn something from the empath, which is to be more compassionate and empathetic towards others so that they can become more balanced and healthy. And then the empath needs to learn from the narcissist how to be a bit more selfish because empaths are selfless. They're all about everyone else. So one of the things that an empath will do is they abandon themselves to please other. They abandon themselves to please other. They have an abandonment wound. So they've already been abandoned in their childhood, and then they end up abandoning themselves to please other in the hopes they get that love, validation, and approval back. So the empath needs to learn to be a bit more selfish so that they become more balanced in the middle. That's the idea. And so the empath, the way to do this, the way to get more balanced in the middle is to heal the abandonment wound, which the video that I'll link at the end of this one will teach you how to heal that abandonment wound. And one of the things you'll learn with that is to stop abandoning yourself for other, start being a bit more selfish. The empath also needs to learn to bring the energy back into the body because we're up in our heads, we're in the third eye chakra tuning to the environment. So we need to learn to bring the energy back into the body. This is what I've had to do for myself. So there's a candle meditation technique I'm going to share with you that's really great to do this. I do it every morning before I get out of bed. I have a candle next to my bed. And what you do is you simply light the candle. And as you stare at the candle, you breathe in and put the awareness in your hands, in your feet, in your body, and feel the separation between you and the candle. And then as you breathe out, you simply relax. And then when you breathe back in, you put the awareness in your hands and feet, put it in the body, and then you feel the separation between you and the candle, and then you simply relax. So I do that for about 5 to 10 minutes every morning. And what that's doing is it's bringing the energy back into your body. And when your energy is grounded in the body, you hold this strong frame. You're safe in the body because something happened as a kid where you didn't feel safe in the body. So you're up in your head and you're tuning into your environment as a safety mechanism. So it's about getting your energy grounded and safe in the body. When you do this as well, it's going to cause you to become more present to the moment. And because of that, you're going to have more magnetic energy that draws people in. And so they've already done these sort of little experiments on stage with this as well, where they get the audience to project their energy at the person on stage, because you can feel people's energy, right? So it makes a person want to back up, like it's intense. And then they tell the people in the audience, now pull the energy back into your body. And the person on stage feels drawn into them. It's like this magnetic pull. So the empath needs to get the energy, bring the energy back into the body, be grounded and safe in the body, heal the abandonment wound. Once that's gone, you will shift your energy, because that's what I had to do for myself, which I did this last year, and I felt a complete shift in my being once I healed that wound. And I also let go of the people-pleasing mentality. And again, the videos I'll link at the end of this will explain exactly how to do this. Once you shed that and heal that wound, your energy will have a transformation. You will become more of a balanced person. And as your energy shifts and you become more balanced, you stop attracting these people in, because it's an energy game. If you don't want to attract these people in, you've got to shift this energy by healing the wound, stop being a people pleaser, learn to be a bit more selfish. Another thing with the empath is we must learn to set boundaries and say no. So that's us being a bit more selfish, right? People pleasing, the people pleasers aren't good at setting boundaries. I had this issue too. Didn't have any boundaries whatsoever. Again, it's basically because I didn't have the awareness about any of this. I had no idea I was people pleasing. I had no idea why I was doing it. And I had no idea that I wasn't setting boundaries. And I was like, no wonder I don't get treated with respect by others. You know what I mean? So now that I've shed this, I don't care about the approval of others. One of the things is learning to be your own source of love, validation and approval. When you become your own source of those things, you don't seek it from others, your energy has a transformation. So again, when you transform your energy, you're more balanced, you stop attracting these people. So we have to learn to set boundaries and learn to say no and start being more selfish. This is the key to becoming a healthier person. Another thing I'm just going to point out before I end this video as well is I don't want you to think that being an empath is a negative thing, because it's not. It is like a superpower. But being the empaths, we're the ones that end up getting hurt by these people. And the narcissists are the types of people that they point the finger at everyone else. Everyone else is the problem and I'm the victim. They never point the thumb. It's always the finger. And because of that, these people, they're not going to do this sort of work because they don't think that they're the problem. So that's why the empaths have to do the work to protect ourselves, to stop attracting these people in. So being an empath is all good. It's not like saying don't be an empath, don't be compassionate and caring for others. It's just learning to kind of protect ourselves a bit more. And another thing with empaths as well is like we have to learn to stop absorbing other people's energy and instead start observing. Observe, don't absorb. So again, with that candle meditation that I was telling you about, where you're bringing the energy back into your body, I actually do that if I'm in someone's presence and they're talking to me about something, like they may be venting, they might be telling me a sad story that's happened in their life. What I do is I start putting the awareness in my body and I feel the separation between me and that person so that I don't absorb their energy, because you want to observe. So I sit there, energy in the body, feel the separation and observe what they're telling me, you know. So I hope you like this video, guys. If you got some sort of value out of it, let me know by smashing that like button or write a comment. If you like this sort of content, subscribe and hit that bell notification. I'm going to leave these 2 videos here that I highly recommend for you to look at, to watch and learn from, so you can learn how to heal these parts of you so you can become more balanced. And then when that happens, your energy will have a transformation. Once your energy shifts, you'll stop attracting these people in. Hope you like this video. Have an awesome day. Peace.